Hello, my name is Christopher Roy, and today I'd like to talk about the literary classics that are Aesop's Fables. Aesop's Fables have come to be known throughout the ages for bestowing pithy lessons in honesty, diligence, focus, kindness, and contentment. These fables are known for their impersonal but succinct moral truths and have become a staple of Western children's literature. The stories are generally short in length, which makes for excellent children's stories because they are easily remembered. But so many lines from these fables have become famous proverbs in our daily culture, such as slow but steady wins the race, and necessity is the mother of invention. Aesop's fables are generally considered children's stories, but is this an accurate classification? Are Aesop's fables and the lessons within designed only for kids? Aesop is said to have been a slave living in Greece from 620 to 560 BC, but his stories have endured throughout time and are still passed on today as the world's best known collection of morality tales. The fables, numbering 725 in total, were told orally in ancient times for entertainment, but also largely to relay a moral lesson. John Horgan of the World History Encyclopedia writes, "The origins of these tales predate the Greeks. Sumerian proverbs, written some 1500 years before Christ, share similar characteristics and structure as the later Greek fables. The stories always include a thought-provoking, poignant tale in a cautionary tone to deliver simple yet powerful wisdoms. Many of us fondly remember reading these stories to ourselves in our youth, and we may recall some simple lessons urging kindness and productiveness, and then we go on with our lives confidently believing that we've understood all of Aesop's fables. The reality is that we have likely read only a handful of the vast collection of stories, and even if we did read every story as children, it is quite unlikely that we really know Aesop. As with all great literature, it has layers of meaning for each age group. Kenneth Cooper, a columnist for the Peabody Journal of Education, elaborates, "The child delights in the simple story. The young person discovers in them fundamental truths about humanity, and the old man, I suspect, finds his own reflections about life confirmed." While Aesop's fables are short and simple enough to be wonderful teaching tools for children, they contain moral lessons that we hope our children will carry with them throughout their lives. In the story, The Bundle of Sticks, a man demonstrates to his three sons how a bundle of sticks bound together is impossible to break, while individually they are easily destroyed. He delivers this as a symbol of strength and unity within family. How many families could be saved if this lesson were put into practice? How many businesses would flourish if it were not for all the friction between departments? When we unite ourselves in one vision and mission, there is little that may hinder us. On this fable specifically, Jeremy Short writes in regard to business management, "This story can be readily applied to some of the challenges faced by the modern multidivisional organization. When top management sets a clear direction, the organization can excel. On the other hand, when politics and infighting become the norm, the organization will encounter considerable difficulties and likely decline." Another wonderful example of a fable that lends itself to business is of The Lion and the Four Bulls. In the story, four bulls were great friends and always stood together. The lion was desperate to eat the bulls, but could not kill them due to their strength in numbers. To remedy this, the lion spread rumors and falsehoods that each of the bulls was speaking ill of the others, thereby creating dissension. Thus the bulls quarreled, broke apart, and the lion ate them one by one. The moral interpretation for adults is to beware of people who would use subterfuge to break apart alliances so that they may triumph. If you and a partner agree on a new initiative, it is not above an unscrupulous opponent to whisper to you that your colleague is sabotaging you, bad-mouthing you, and withholding information. Not only may this not be true, but that rival may be after your job. Many others of Aesop's fables lend themselves best to our personal life with advice for negotiating challenges, enduring hardships, managing poor habits, and adopting a fresh perspective. In the story of The Tree and the Reed, a mighty oak tree was uprooted by a gale of wind and fell across a stream into some reeds of grass. How have you reeds, being so frail, survived, when I, so strong, have fallen? Asked the oak tree. You were stubborn and would not bend, replied the reeds, whereas we yield and allow the gale to pass harmlessly by. This story in particular resonates with the wisdom of Bruce Lee, who was known to advocate for a fluid body and mind. He spoke, empty your mind, be formless, shapeless like water. Now, water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. This most famous of his quotes reverberates through fields of martial arts to athletics and to business, but I wonder if the fable of the tree and the reed had any part in shaping his philosophy. One more brilliant point by Kenneth Cooper: some of the world's best books have had the misfortune to become traditional children's classics. It has been a misfortune because it means that they are seldom read by adults. We never turn to them again because we falsely assume we know them. Aesop's fable has, to a large extent, met this fate. Aesop's fables may be classified as children's literature, but the stories are certainly not for children alone. We all could use a reminder of their earnest truths from time to time. Who knows, from a seasoned and sophisticated adult perspective, we may even find new truths within them. Ultimately, the fables represent one of the broadest reaching characteristics of human life, which is storytelling. May we all have a laugh and learn a lesson from Aesop's fables today. Thank you.